Ladies and gentlemen, can a governor be given blanket immunity even if he stands accused of molestation and sexual assault? This is a constitutional question that the Supreme Court will now have to answer. The sex scandal that has rocked the Raj Bhawan in Kolkata for the last 2 months is now at the door of India's highest court. The Raj Bhavan staffer who claimed that Governor Bose allegedly molested her not once but twice cannot enjoy blanket immunity that the Constitution gives him. Challenging the powers and perks of the governor in the top court, the woman in her plea has contended that the immunity granted to governors from criminal proceedings under Article 361 of the Constitution cannot be used as a shield and cannot deter the administration from initiating a probe against the governor. The woman argues that immunity provided by Article 361 should not be absolute, especially in cases involving illegal acts and violation of fundamental rights. Demanding her fundamental right for justice, she also says that a victim cannot be rendered remediless, with the only option being to wait for the accused to demit his office. Ladies and gentlemen, Article 361 of our Constitution is a Suraksha Kavach for governors. During his or her time in office, no criminal proceedings can be initiated against him or her. Neither can he or she be questioned or arrested by the police. The top court has now agreed to hear the Raj Bhavan staffer's plea and has sent a notice to the West Bengal government, which, as you know, is at loggerheads with the governor over various issues. The top court, very importantly, has also allowed the woman to implead the Union of India in this matter. In the past, the Bengal governor has called the harassment charges a sinister plot. He has also said that he will not be cowed down by engineered narratives. Now, so far, Mr. Bose stood untouched by the law because of what's written in the Constitution. Will the Supreme lens on this case now change the interpretation of such blanket immunity? I'm asking these questions to my guests who are joining me this evening. Rohi is spokesperson of the BJP. Arka Kumar Nag is a lawyer, also a political analyst. Kamru Chaudhary is a political analyst, and Aditya Pratap Singh is a lawyer who is joining us on the broadcast. Can I just start by asking you, Rohi, where the BJP stands on that? Forget for the moment that the West Bengal governor has been called by the Mamata Banerjee government a stooge of the BJP. Here, the question is of justice, which is a fundamental right that is given to every citizen in this country. This woman says, justice is my fundamental right. And she alleges that the governor has molested her. She's questioning why he should have blanket immunity. Is she right or is she wrong?
Absolutely. See, it's a case of very serious allegation. And as far as BJP is concerned, from Kakdeep to Hashthali to any victim who has been facing problem in this country, men or women, BJP stands firmly beside each and every victim. Saying so, this is a question of very important constitutional matter. And therefore, since the matter is sub judice, we expect that the political parties and any person who is holding an important constitutional post should not pass any comment that could deter the principles of justice. And we should also expect that the people like the Chief Minister holding constitutional post should not pass any irrelevant comment which she is used to doing that might act against the principles of justice.
Mr. Nag.
Saying so, we are clearly seeing a sinister plot played by TMC to use the incidents of rape, molestation and dignity of women for their political cards. And BJP is clearly not going to play in it. Now, the problem here is that TMC as a party is like "Sau chuhe kha ke billi chali haj mein." Because TMC, just yesterday, we came up with an incident wherein Howrah, the state secretariat is located, Navanno. In the same Howrah, Domjur, some TMC leaders chopped off the hair of a woman. You will not find a single TMC leader talking about it. Now, this is not an incident of you did something, I did something, nothing like that. Because a women's
I'm not talking about the TMC. You're not the spokesperson of the TMC, and I'm not talking about the TMC. I had asked you a simple question, whether you think what the woman who is accusing the governor of has gone to court, whether you support her or not, whether you support her fundamental right to attempt justice. That is all the question that I asked you.
Exactly. So we answer this in two
You've
simple
answered it, I
points.
think.
Firstly,
Arka Kumar
yeah,
Nag, you're a political. No, just a minute, I'll come back to you. Arka Kumar Nag, you're a lawyer, you're also a political analyst affiliated with the TMC. I want to ask you, well, the matter can go to the Supreme Court, but by the end of it, this is a constitutional question. By the end of it, it is no less than the Constitution of India that gives this Suraksha Kavach to the governor of any state in this country. Can it be
Well,
shaken?
as a citizen of the country, I would believe that nobody can be above law, and if somebody is committing a crime, he must be answerable to the courts. But again, the constitution has been drafted in a manner which provides this power to the president and the governors. And so I do not know. I will not say that the Supreme Court, I cannot overshadow the Supreme Court on any point. But if the Supreme Court is thinking of reading down a constitutional provision and making it simpler by taking away the immunity, I do not know whether it is constitutionally permitted or not, because then the doctrine of the doctrine of the basic structure, which was once promulgated by the Supreme Court in order to protect the basic
Correct.
structure of the Constitution, might get hurt. But again, the governor who has done this or has been alleged to have done something so grave and so criminal, I believe, as he is affiliated to a political party which has no base in India whatsoever in Bengal, he must continue the office, because that will show the shamelessness of a person holding a post like governor. Because I believe this office has been held by people like Mr. Gandhi beforehand, who had taken the decision of shutting down
Okay.
his electricity when the people in Bengal was facing the acute electricity problem. So I believe such an important post, even by Mr. Kesarinath Tripathi, who was a governor of extreme high repute, and their apolitical constitutional stands have kept the Raj Bhavan of Bengal, the Raj Bhavan of Kolkata
Okay.
beyond question. But it is
Okay.
a very shameful act that this governor has gone down to call the governor's house to
We
a
don't know.
constitutionality question as well as criminality question.
Okay, okay, okay. Aditya Pratap Singh, again, right now the entire case is in the realm of he said, she said, right? It has not been tried because it can't be tried. The police cannot enter the Raj
Yes.
Bhavan. Any case, the governor has banned the police, Bengal police, from entering the Raj Bhavan. The governor cannot be questioned. He cannot be prosecuted. There can be no FIR against her. An OSD, an officer of the level of OSD, actually was dragged into court over what allegedly the governor did. Again, as I said, we are not the judge, jury and executioner in this case. We do not know who's telling the truth and who's telling the untruth. My simple question to you is, this becomes a question. If you challenge a governor's immunity, it challenges the basic structure of the Constitution of India. Do you think the Supreme Court will go as far as to read it down, read Article 361 down, and remove the immunity for governors across this country if they are being accused of crimes like this?
Well, if you remember some time back, the earlier Supreme Court judgment in the JMM bribery case was reviewed, and the Supreme Court said that if a member of parliament takes money, he can be prosecuted. Likewise, it is possible that the law which was declared in Rameshwar Prasad versus Union of India, that the immunity enjoyed is absolute, it might be read down a bit, because tomorrow if a governor commits a murder, he commits rape, he commits sexual harassment, and we've seen some incidents with governors earlier. Clearly, the law cannot extend to that. For example, if you look at analogous provisions, 197 CRPC, which is now of course is the BNSS, the protection is extended to public servants who commit offences in the line of duty. So offences which are not committed in the line of duty, which are not relatable to your duties, you cannot enjoy protection in respect of that. So I do expect that the Supreme Court might pass a judgment similar on those lines, that extreme offences which are not relatable to your duties, or which are reprehensible to your moral character, offences of moral turpitude, that you might not be able to enjoy the privilege of Article 361. However, we must also note that the Supreme Court will also take note of the fact that a governor occupies a very key constitutional post. He is not supposed to be part of the local politics. And whenever president's rule is imposed, governor's rule is imposed, he exercises very
Okay.
critical duties. So the trouble is, what if if he's stripped of
Okay.
his immunity, any person can walk into a police station, lodge any FIR, say anything, and then get criminal proceedings instituted against him. Because we know how many fictitious FIRs get filed.
Correct, correct, huh? Correct. But Mr. Chaudhary, then come in here. Has West Bengal's governor made it tough? Made things tough for himself in West Bengal. Look, the politics of West Bengal is murky. The TMC has leveled all sorts of allegations against the West Bengal governor. The West Bengal governor has done everything in his capacity to irritate the TMC government and act in a manner which clearly suggests that he's batting for a political party. Given the context, Mr. Chaudhary, of the situation, are things going to be slightly tough for CV Ananda Bose?
Well, Shreya, first and foremost, very unfortunate that such an incident, the allegations rather I'm telling out here, is not a type of Me Too allegations. It's a live allegation that has come from one of the staffer within the governor's house. Now, whether the governor enjoys immunity in this regard or not, the constitutional experts will be dealing out here. As a layman, what does it suggest? Is the governor indispensable to the morality, to the chastity of a woman who has made the allegations? That's the basic debate that is to be there tonight. Even if you say that a university teacher or a professor or somebody like that, we have learned number of cases like this wherein they have harassed students, female students rather, in their colleges. Those people have been removed. Now, why give the immunity to this particular person? Why was the police not allowed to investigate the case? These are some of the questions that have come in out here. Now, what does the Constitution say out here, Shreya? He remains in his position till he finds as the pleasure of the president, at the pleasure of the president. Now, what time does the pleasure of the president is remain? That has been elaborately discussed in the Sarkaria Commission of 1988, then Venkatachalya Commission of 2002, the Punchi Commission of 2010. These are all incidents that can be cited, and whether the governor should remain in his position after facing such grave charges against him. Nabam Rabia case of 2016.
No, but Mr. Chaudhary, these are just charges right now. I just want to say this. These are just charges right now. And we do know that there are many fake sexual allegations that go to the police. Right? So we don't know who's telling the truth in this case, Mr. Chaudhary. Just because a woman is saying it doesn't make it the gospel truth. Let's just be clear about that. Mr. Chaudhary, my entire point is, how can the president decide? How will the president decide if the case cannot even be investigated?
Because very simple, let me tell you, the bias of the governor in West Bengal cannot be missed to a common man. We have seen how our now president, vice president, Mr. Dhankar and Mamata Banerjee, the relation between them. And now also just yesterday only, when Mamata Banerjee formed a 7-member commission to look into the 3 criminal laws that have been framed by the union government. What did the governor say? Governor said that is West Bengal a banana republic? Is this the language of the head of the state, Shreya? What is the governor? That definition needs to be understood. Is a high constitutional authority and who needs to function within the 4 walls of the constitution and be a friend, philosopher and guide to his government. Shreya, just 10 more seconds, I'll finish it off. Here what happened is that the governor I'm not blaming the BJP government or the Congress government. Our successive years that we have seen, they've become some political tool of the central government to harass the state governments in successive terms, whether it be the Congress or whether it be the BJP. But there was limit. But lately we have seen how Governor Khoshwari did, how Governor C.T. Ravi is behaving, or how the Kerala
I think I understand the point
is...
you're making. Kamru Chaudhary, I think we understand the point you're making, essentially what you are saying, and probably this is something that the Supreme Court will have to look at as well. If a governor is acting as a political person and not per se as the governor, does he still deserve that Suraksha Kavach of Article 361? It's an important constitutional question, ladies and gentlemen. It's one that the Supreme Court will now have to answer. We'll see when it does that. Rohi Ray, spokesperson of the BJP, thank you very much. Arka Kumar, thank you very much for joining us. Kamru Chaudhary, good to have you on the show. And Aditya Pratap Singh, thank you very much as well.